Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Lady Snow, owner of Lady Snow Meditation, and today's topic is 10 tips for spotting a scam. I'm going to walk you through some common scams that people use. The first tip I will mention is nothing is free unless it's a business promotion. If someone is randomly telling you to get something um to get something for free, don't believe it. They are going. This is going into telling you that if it looks too good to be true, it probably is. It is. Tip two. Um, I know this is counterproductive, but tip two is grants and scholarships are always free. And typically speaking, situations like this, you can get free stuff, but typically speaking, if it's not through a charitable thing or like a non-profit or something like that, things are not for free. But like grants and scholarships are always free. So if anyone ever offers you to sell one, it's fake. This is by no means easy to receive either. You have to apply for them, but they are always and will always be free. That's the whole point of grants and scholarships. It's pretty much with somebody that's wealthy had a concept of wanting to do something good for somebody, and they normally have a specific um kind of person in mind who they want to receive it, and that's how they get it. They donate. It becomes a donation, and then they give money, and then every year in the name they give out this donation to people. Um, yeah, so just for you to understand that a little bit, that's what a grant and a scholarship typically is. And that's why things like picking who gets it is not against any laws or anything. But tip three falls into a lot of them and is never to give money to people you don't really know. A lot of time, people that do scams are people who you think you know, but not really. Tip four is a Facebook friend who gives who you may have never met in person. Sometimes can be someone pretending to love you. A lot of time when they're asking for money, this will they will ask you to put it in their friend's name, probably their name, and they're just pretending to be someone they're not. Um, and also with that is people like this typically pretend to be like everything you desire or everything you could ever hope to be with. Like they might even say they're wealthy and they just struggling with this whole time, or maybe they're saying that yeah, trying getting too fast in a relationship, like they love you right away or whatever, they have really strong feelings for you. That can also go into domestic violence as well, but I'm specifically talking about scams right now. But That's typically what happens, and it's typically online. But it can happen in person. Um, you can be scammed through an actual relationship too. But it is never. I do want to mention this one thing. It is never okay to tell somebody else they're being scammed because you don't know all the details unless you know they don't know the person, somebody in person, then yeah, be. But if you don't know all the details, don't, because that could be pushing people away. Tip 5 is if a company is asking for donations, there always should be a website in a nonprofit has a 401c3 tax code, and you can also ask the nonprofit for proof of the status. Plus, there should always be an actual office of some kind you could visit, or even if it's like not in your area, there's a designated office that you can look up on Google. Like, there's always Facebook. But the thing with that is, if it's on Facebook, I think they have to. I think the background checked and everything before they do that, before they allow them on Facebook. So if it's on Facebook, it's for sure probably not a scam. Like, I'm talking about on Facebook, like set up through you can donate through Facebook because they're really picky with that. So I'm not talking about somebody randomly on Facebook saying, "Hey, I need help." I'm talking about like the system. If it's through the Facebook system, I think they do background checks on the company before they accept it. I'm not sure about that for 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's how they do it. But you should always look stuff up before you give money to anything. Tip 6, if the IRS, police, or other like offices contact you by phone, um, the IRS will always contact you by mail and the police will contact you in person. Some common scams like that are like the IRS calls you saying you owe a big sum of money, saying you need to pay it right away, or the police call you saying, "Hey, you you're about to get in trouble. You need to call us back right away." And there was a number of scams that are very similar to that. And honestly, I've gotten calls like that, and I yeah, and that falls into what I would do. What I do is, if you feel like you received a call like this, be sure to contact your non-emergency police line and um ask them to be sure, because they would know all that information. And if you want to help stop this stuff, you can always report that number to your um to your phone service and let them know. They should help stop that from happening. Tip 7 is to keep in mind is, if someone is a scammer, they will tell you to act immediately. If it is a proper business, they will always give you time to think it over first and allow you to research them first beforehand. Yeah, and this falls into, of course, they don't want you to take time to think about it because they know they're a scam. They know if you look them up, you're not going to find information because they are a scam. And if you call it in and ask for advice from someone, somebody's going to say, yes, this is scam. So, of course, they want you to do it right away because of this. So, because of that. Tip 8, scammers tell you to pay in a specific way. Typically, scammers will ask you to put money on a gift card, use a Western Union, Walmart, or another similar way of paying you. Getting them paid. A business will typically have a website. If it's a donation, a business will typically have a website and you can pay through the website or you can pay them directly in person. They take cash or a debit card depending on the business. But like I said, there's always a location, there's always a proper website. They never ask you to pay through Walmart to Walmart or anything like that. I'm not saying those programs are bad. They're good if somebody wants to get help. Like if you're helping out a family member or something, they're good for that. But if somebody you don't know is like, hey, this is how you can pay us, yeah, don't. If they're saying they're a business and they do that, that's not correct. And it's a scam. Always, it's businesses don't do it that like that. The most businesses might do is do it through Zelle, which Zelle is I believe it's through the bank. So yeah, um, yeah, and if you got any questions about anything like that, you can always probably ask your bank as well, like the police line, those never give if you're unsure. The number one tip um is if you're not sure about something, if something seems like a little off, or if something gives you a bad feeling, or it doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. So don't put money into it. And if somebody's trying to sweet talk you into giving them money, never do that. Um, Tip 9 is to just stay alert of all common and uncommon scams that are out there and protect yourself and others from this kind of treatment. Yeah, when I was saying, hey, don't say this to somebody, I was saying, like, if they're trying to help out a friend or something, don't say they're, like, being scammed. But if you specifically know they don't know this person in person or whatever, and they're sending money to them, yeah, be aware of that. Keep in mind that not everyone is um there, and not everyone has the best intentions for others, and not everyone has a good heart. That's good to keep in mind. You like to think they do, but some people really don't. So you got to be cautious about things. Tip 10. A good way to check if someone is a scam is to search for its name with terms like scam or complaint and look for reviews. A good thing to know is if you like I just said, if you feel like you have been scammed, then contact your bank and they should be willing to reverse the charges that you made if you explain to them what happened. It might take up to um 10 business days, but they should be able to help you. And if you know something's fishy and your bank won't look into reversing it, I would I would maybe think about switching to a different bank, because major banks like um I believe major banks like I know Wells Fargo does for sure because that's my bank. Alaska USA, I like to say they would, and then other top banks would. Like, okay, let me give you an example. So one time I purchased this online from this website, and I misunderstood what the service was going to do, which is not exactly a scam. And I talked to my bank and they reversed the payment. And that's my bad. I made the mistake. I misinterpreted what they do, and they even reversed it then. So yeah, contact your bank, have them reverse it, because they're there to protect you. Their job is more than just be a bank teller. Part of their job is to make sure their people are safe from scammers and domestic violence situations and stuff like that. So make sure contact them. I know I only scratched the surface with scammers. It can go into a lot more, to be quite honest. But hopefully this will help you help keep your money safe. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share my video. Definitely this one, because I don't like my mom got scammed, and I don't like the idea that she got scammed. And I know a couple other people that got scammed, and I just really want to help everyone I can with this. Do make sure you share this. And click the bell notifications to stay updated. Also, like me on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram as well. I also have a fan page on Facebook and Instagram that I will put in the link to the space below. Stay tuned. I'm getting ready to start up my local chocolates from different cultures on the globe. I'll also put a link to that one below. Unfortunately, I'm still going to make a new one because there's little details that I didn't know and I have to change. Um, I also have a fan mailbox now, so if you would like to, you can. I would love to hear from you all too, so leave a comment below. You're welcome to ask questions or suggest a topic. Um, as well, I'll see you in the next Wednesday at 8 a.m. Love you all. Have a wonderful day. And I am so sorry that I was late for last week's. I was not feeling well. I do apologize for that again. But bye.